working together, then everything is going to be all right. I want to say something about a project that we're involved with in Jamaica, just as a practicality in terms of anchoring a discussion in the real world, so to speak. It's about Vernon Field, and many of you would know Vernon Field. It's a former U.S. military airfield built in 1941 by the U.S. military, as I mentioned, in south central Jamaica, in Clarendon, within easy reach of major highways, rail, and seaport. There's an existing runway of 6,500 feet, and this is being refurbished by the government of Jamaica, and 2,000 feet are being added with those surrounding upgrades. The existing runway, as I mentioned, is being refurbished, and the reason for the importance of Vernon Field as such is that neither the Norman Manley Airport nor Sangster Airport can be expanded further. They just don't have the land area that borders on the sea. So that Vernon Field represents the long-term future of air transport in Jamaica and the region. In addition to the existing runway, there's a planned parallel runway of 14,000 feet, which will have the capacity to support very large aircraft, such as the Antonov 124, facilitating long-haul air transport reaching American, African, European, and Asian markets. Jamaica, many of you probably won't know this, has the first railway system outside of the UK and USA built in 1945. So we can big up Jamaica with that. It continues to move bauxite and alumina to seaports in St. Elizabeth and St. Catherine, and is being refurbished from Kingston to Montego Bay with close proximity to Vernon Field. Jamaica's location in the Western Caribbean makes it the closest island state before entering or after leaving the Panama Canal. And it has the 7th largest deepwater port in the world in terms of Kingston Harbor. With the development of Vernon Field Airport, Kingston Harbor, and the rail linkages between the two, Jamaica has the potential to become a major logistic hub of the world, perhaps the 4th largest in the world, behind Singapore and Dubai, so it's a biggie. Vernon Field will offer breakbulk manufacturing and logistic facilities, as well as business opportunities to over 150 countries in the Americas, Western Europe, West Africa, and Asia, and will connect 1.6 billion consumers in these areas within 10 hours of flying time. A new urban form will be developed around this airport, supporting and connecting suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, and business people to distant customers and markets. This new smart city, called an Airtropolis, will comprise industrial parks, centers of production, warehousing, and commercial districts. It will be networked by multimodal transport and ICT infrastructure, thus connecting people, work, supplies, goods, and information to the global market. The businesses themselves will be physically connected to each other and the airport by a network of orbital and radial roads and rail. The government of Jamaica is committed to reducing Jamaica's contribution to the global carbon footprint from air transportation. Thus, Vernon Field Airport will be powered 100% by a range of renewable energy solutions: solar farms, wind farms, geothermal plants, marine turbines, and biofuels. Manufacturing and distribution companies can take advantage of the government of Jamaica's special economic zone incentives, which are different tax breaks, etc. We are involved in this public-private project and expect that it will embrace the principles that we have outlined so far and give broad-based prosperity to all. The emergence of a life-sustaining civilization grounded in the interdependence of all life. I have outlined this as a project because I think that we need to anchor our journey in the real world. This is a definite parting of the past and the future. But of course, we live in the present. So from the present, we look back on the 400 years and we learn the lessons from the past. But we don't dwell on the past because the past is gone. We have to learn the lessons from the past. When we actually experienced the past, it was the present. But now we can only experience the past from memories. So we have to deal with our memories, and that's part of our healing. And of course, Black wellness is represented here, and that's part of the healing process, dealing with our memories. But we cannot let the past determine the present, because the present is reality, and the present is what we have to face, and the present is what we have to find solutions for. And the solutions that we find in the present will determine the future. But we also can't live in the future with rosy imaginations and ideas about what is going to happen. You know, like for example, the African Union is talking about 2063 or something like that, and they have a plan for 2063. Well, you know, how many of us are going to be alive in 2063? I know I'm not going to be here, you know, except maybe in spirit. So we can't live in the future, you know, because actually the future, when it comes, is going to come as a present. So what we have is the present. So we have to deal with the problems that face us in the present. And the present is now. And we have to decide what it is we're going to do from now forward. Are we going to unite as a community? Are we going to dialogue as a community? Are we going to sustain each other as a community? Are we going to love each other as we love ourselves? Are we going to promote excellence within the community? Because somebody mentioned the Jewish community before, and of course it's an interesting example. They never were disconnected from their culture. They were able to carry their culture with them. That's right. So they had that advantage over us. But we have to reconstruct our culture. You see, they fight above their weight. I mentioned that earlier today when I was with the ladies at Wellness. They fight above their weight. We have to fight above our weight. I think you mentioned that there are only 350,000. But, you know, they're powerful. And we are 1.3 million or 1.2 million.
But they never forget.
And we don't have the same power. But, you know, we have a Jamaican expression. Who knows it? Hey! Yes, man. There was a lady that said the Jamaicans know how to do it. With little but with talawa.
We punch lots above our weight.
So we can punch above our weight. We may look like middleweight, but it's really heavyweight. Okay? So we can determine our future. And as Marcus Garvey would say, with one God, with one aim, we can definitely achieve the destiny that we want. One love.
Before Dr. Garvey goes this evening, we have a surprise for Dr. Garvey, and the Canadian Lecturer of Commerce want to definitely celebrate him a bit further this evening. So as you take your pictures, I just want to share with you a few important things. Again, hashtag Black Chamber, blackchamber.ca, and thanks to our sponsors. It's actually now, Dr. Garvey, it was your birthday a few days ago. And here's Liberty singing a song for Dr. Garvey. Folks, Liberty Silver's in the house. A Canadian gold mine. Liberty Silver is in the house. If you don't know her, you know where she is. Liberty Silver, it is your turn to sing.
How is everybody doing today?
Great liberty.
Well, Dr. Julius Garvey, you have made us aware, more aware than before. This is just for you. This is a song called A Song for You. It's only 2 minutes. Here we go. There's always technical problems.
I've been so many places in my life and time. I've sung a lot of songs. I've made some melodies. I've acted out my life in stages with 10,000 people watching. But we're alone now, and I'm singing this song to you. I know your image of me was what I hoped it would be. I treated you unkindly, Father, can't you see? There's no one more important to me. Can't you see through me? And we're alone now, and I'm singing this song to you. You taught me precious secrets of real love, asking nothing. You came out in front when I was hiding. And now I'm so much better. And if my words don't come together, listen to the melody, 'cause my love is in there hiding. I love you in a place where there's no space and time. My people, I love you for my life. You're a friend of mine. When my life is over, remember when we were together. We were alone, and I was singing this song to you. We were alone, and I was singing. We were alone, and I was